Hi everybody. I've been asked by numerous people to do a video about what's this breaking news from Edward Snowden, who's a former CIA employee who has now leaked news to the UK Guardian that the US has been spying on us for a long time. Our emails, our phone calls, everything. And so I wanted to do a video showing astrologically what's triggered it and what's gone on. Well, I've been talking a long time, as many of you know, about this square between Uranus and Pluto. Uranus, freedom of speech. Pluto, governments, keeping things down, doing things secretively. And what triggered it now is that Mercury came into Cancer, and Mercury made a square, another square to the Uranus and Pluto going on. And Mercury is about speech, talking, speaking, coming out with things. So interesting that this I feel was one of the triggers at the time. So let's look at Edward. He's born on quite a significant date, the 21st of June, 83. The 21st of June being the solstice date. Now we don't have a time for him, but the solstice, if you can imagine, it's the lightest day of the year. It's shining a light on darkness, on the dark places. So he's either 29 degrees of Gemini, which is a very karmic number, the 29th degree, or he's just into Cancer. My guess would be that it's Gemini, but he nonetheless has a lot of Gemini in the chart. He has Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, and Sun and Mars are conjunct in Gemini, along with the North Node. So he's somebody who is an activist, and who is ready to fight for his ideals. Mars being there is ready to fight. His destiny may be, in fact, to have been in the limelight. He doesn't like the limelight much because he has a moon in Scorpio. But 6 of the 10 planets in his chart are on this axis of Gemini and Sagittarius. It's a huge amount of everything connected with information. He's extremely intelligent, very scientific mind, but also about the law. Jupiter rules the law. He's got Jupiter-Uranus together opposite his Gemini planets, which is bringing things out into the open, bursting things out into the open. What's interesting is that his Sun-Mars conjunction is opposite Neptune. Neptune also in Sagittarius. So he's an idealist. This man is an absolute idealist. There's no earth in the chart at all. So he doesn't feel as though he's being held back by anything. If something has to come out, it will come out. And it's almost as if in many ways he would have thought about this very carefully. You know, he is a Scorpio moon, and also his Saturn return was happening. The peak of his Saturn return was in October, the fall of 2012. So this is when I think would have been the time at which he would have decided, okay, the truth has to come out. Something has to come out. He's a great desire for the truth. His Gemini planets, his Mars and Mercury in Gemini, are actually in between the USA's. Also, they have Uranus and Mars in Gemini. So very close to the United States descendant chart. So he's the perfect person to expose anything that's radical, bringing something out into the open, and anything in the way that United States uses information. Mercury in Gemini being the key part of all of this. And the fact that Jupiter is in Gemini has enlarged all of this. It's been going on for a long time. It's not new, this information, but what is new is that it's now become mainstream. People now know about it on a large scale. I'd like also to look at this May 25th eclipse in Sagittarius, because on Snowden's chart it was very important. It opposed his Mercury, which is speech, freedom of speech. He's also said, I don't want to live in a world where my everything I do is being recorded. Again, his idealism coming out. Right now, transiting Neptune is square to Edward's Jupiter and Uranus, which means that this is quite dangerous. This is self-sacrifice going on. It's not a safe place to be, and of course I'm sure that he feels that. But with his North Node there, there's a certain destiny pattern with the North Node and Mars that this has to come out. It's had to come out, and with his activism engaged here, there's going to be so much more to come out. Folks, this is just the beginning. I wanted to bring Obama into this because I think that Obama, this will be his ending. This really will be the end of Obama, and it will come out eventually. This same eclipse is about the fell opposite Obama's moon, exactly, and the moon in a president's chart is the mood of the people. And right now that moon is square to transiting Neptune, delusion, scandals, also transiting Saturn is coming up to Obama's natal Neptune, again in the 9th house, indicating the law, legal things, things to come out, things to be seen. So my view is that Snowden looks to me to be a very brave guy. He looks to be very courageous, and he started something now, and I think that Obama, much as he's going to say that this all started with the Patriot Act and try and wiggle his way out of it, he's done nothing but say all along that we are transparent. We have not been doing this. We really haven't been doing this, and it's going to be shown that the government have been doing this for a long time. So I think there's a lot of serious consequences from this. It's the Pluto-Uranus square that I've been talking about for a long time, but it also is Saturn in Scorpio in mutual reception to Pluto in Capricorn. What does mutual reception mean? It means that they're in each other's sign. So the ruler of Pluto is Scorpio, the ruler of Saturn is Capricorn. So they are mingling with one another. And there's a mixture of control, of things needing to come out. We're also nearing the solstice time in the northern hemisphere. So things coming out, much more to come, folks. I realise this was maybe a lot of technical information for those of you interested in astrology. I hope that's answered the many emails and requests that I've had to cover this. There's a lot more to come, and thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.